Hi, I'm Dr. JJ Kelly, the punk rock doc. I've done a couple of things like this before where, we did Throw Up Thursdays, Come Barf Your Problems, Leave Feeling Better. Lots of different podcasts. We did Joe and JJ Goes Mental. But my smarter than me producer bullied me into just kidding, Christy, suggested strongly that I do my own, and other people have said that too, but I don't know. I sort of dragged my heels on it, and then all of a sudden I'm here today, and I'm super excited about it. So thank you to my producer, Christy, who you will hear, and I don't know, maybe at some point see. So come on in, you ask questions, and I answer them. And my God, if you don't want to hear what I actually think, do not ask, because you might not get the answer that you want, but you will get my full attention and my 20 years of clinical experience. You'll just get it with a little punk rock doc bend. So we're taking calls. We're also taking comments, questions in the comments. So call the 515-605-9822. I'm going to say it again, both for you and me. 515-605-9822. Christy, I think we should make some words out of that so that it's like easy to remember the number. Preferably curse words, just because that's how I roll. So if
I'm a fan,
we have people in, yeah, you like it?
I do.
On brand, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it is Pride Month here in the Bay Area and actually everywhere, but I am lucky enough to live here where it is about love and joy, and I want to remind people that it is also about protecting and speaking up and out for our queer and BIPOC friends and neighbors and trans kids. Let's stand up and speak out for the protection of everybody, for the inclusion of everybody. Drag queens, too, who are some of my faves. I actually get to redeem a ticket I bought. Oh, Castro Theater, Christy. I think that's where it is. It's either there or the Victoria. Drag Becomes Her, I bought in 2020, and then, of course, with the pandemic, it shut down. And I just got an email recently that they're putting that show back up, and so now I got to dig through my emails and figure out where my receipt is so that I can go and see that show, which I'm excited about. So maybe you can come over and we can go together. You don't be jealous. Just come over. We'll both go.
Hell yeah. Let's do it.
All right. What do we got? Do we got any calls? We can take a question, too.
We don't have
a couple of
calls yet, but
questions.
kind of maybe need to tell us what it is that you do, JJ.
Oh, yeah. You even told me to do that, and I still forgot. So, okay. Man, this is hard to break down, because it's 20 years, right? So, all right. In a nutshell, I did psychotherapy and groups for 14 years in a group practice and 2 more in private practice. And tons of learning, super grateful for all of that. I have taught DBT since 2004. DBT is dialectical behavior therapy, and if you don't know what that is, it's basically Zen mindfulness meets cognitive behavioral therapy or assertiveness training, motion regulation. So everything in my world is a Venn diagram. The 2 circles intersected, black, white, you find the gray, that kind of a thing. So I've been teaching that since 2004, and when I kind of got sick of the mental health system as it is, because it is so filled with the isms that we're trying to get rid of in society, I decided to do my own thing, step away from doing therapy and start my company teaching emotional intelligence skills. So that's what I do now. I teach emotional intelligence skills to people of all ages, but my faves are the adolescents, and I think that goes pretty much through the 20s. Let's be honest. Not everybody likes that comment, particularly if you're under 30. It irks them, but, you know. So I teach those 8-week courses now, and everybody that was in my private practice is now an advanced student, and they do mentorship, and they do teaching and peer coaching and community outreach, and it's just the best thing ever because everybody gets to be themselves. And nobody has to be dependent on me forever because they can just learn the skills and use their skills and grow and change and expand and sparkle and be happy because, you know, as we all kind of know, happy people act right. So that's the kind of thing I think will change the world. I do think that global healing comes from teaching people the skills to actually like themselves. So thank you for asking, Christy. That's what I do.
Thank you for sharing. I mean, it's only healing the world. I mean, we do need to let people know, right?
Yes. Thank you very much.
Now, we have a couple of callers. So, would you like to take a call?
Oh,
all right.
Yes, definitely. I can't wait.
Hi.
Hi.
There you go. Area code 510. You're on there.
Hello. I have a question.
Hi. Yes. Can I have your first name? You can even make it up, but just let me refer to you as something.
It's Olivia.
Huh? Is it a certain Olivia that I might be intimately acquainted with?
Perhaps. Perhaps.
Yay! Okay, Olivia, can I tell everybody, please?
Yes.
Yay! Okay, so Olivia is the doc in UnorthoDocs. That's my company's name, UnorthoDocs, DOCS Inc. And all of the advanced students I call docs because doctor worship is bullshit. So Olivia is one of the advanced students, one of the docs, and if you'll remember her from other, I mean, I don't know if it was a podcast or just a show, but Olivia was my co-host for Throw Up Thursday, and we had a ball, didn't we, Olivia?
Mhm.
Oh my gosh, you have grown so much, and the things that you would say on that are so goddamn smart.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you
That's
too. You know, I love that you're first. A. B, I really wanted to hear from a doc on this first show so that it could demonstrate to the audience the kinds of questions that I want you to ask. Now, you can ask anything, but it really makes more sense to ask it a real-life example. Don't ask me shit like how can I be happy in the pandemic? That's way too broad. You know, my mind goes like 400 different ways. And you know, I mean, Olivia knows this like to death. I just want the audience to know that there are certain questions that I can't help you in like a specific and intelligent way if you don't ask me a real life question. And lots of times I'm going to have follow-up questions so that I can dig in and get more specific for you. So be ready with that too. You know, if you're going to go, oh, I have a friend who ... that's just not going to work because you're going to be outed eventually because I'm going to enthusiastically ask you follow-up questions and then you're going to be like, oh. So just ask your questions. So thank you, Olivia. And Olivia's a perfect, I mean, whatever the question is from Olivia, I know that it's going to be such a great example for the audience. So thank you so much, kiddo.
You're welcome. So I have a question that I do kind of know the answer to, but discussion.
Of course you do.
Of course I do.
All the advanced students know the answers. Yeah, right.
So basically I have a very old friend that I've had for like 12 years, and she's a dear friend, but she is always like so late whenever we hang out. Like an hour, it's always an unpredictable amount. and it makes me really, really mad every time it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really drives me fucking insane.
Yeah.
Oh, should I swear? Is that okay?
I'm gonna.
Okay.
So good. Totally.
Yeah, I forgot who I was talking
okay.
to for a second.
Do you think I could do a podcast where there's no cursing?
I know. But yeah, so we've talked about it in the past. I'm sure it was like years ago. And so my question is this something that I should just like accept about this friend and stop driving myself crazy about it, or try to have another conversation about it?
Ooh, well, either of those will work. You said you know the answer. What do you think first?
I think I can't accept it unless I let her know that it makes me mad.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I think
so.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, I think that the accepting it is a way to dodge telling her that she's making me angry, where I can do the other, but I think it's important, at least for me, to let her know that it hurts my feelings and makes me mad when she's really, really late.
I love that, and I'm really glad that we stopped to let you say that part, because you knew I was going to go in there, because I know Olivia, and I know that this sweet young person has a history of stuffing anger. Because it's scary. It's scary to confront a friend and be like, you're really pissing me off, particularly because it sounds like you've talked to them already about it. Now, you said maybe years ago, and it sounds like a regular thing. So what the fuck, years ago? Like, where are the recent, you know? Like,
yeah.
So, okay, so let's dig into this a little bit, because lateness is certainly a thing, and, you know, it's a cultural thing, too. Like, on time in California is like anything within 10 minutes late. Chicago, that does not fly. You're late. So, an hour, I don't know where in the world, like, maybe, like, the Danish are cool with that or something. You know, like an hour late, I would be livid. I don't even think anyone would dare do that with me.
Yeah.
They would be so scared to show up. I don't know that I'd be there an hour later. I mean, if it's at Wood Tavern or something and I know the staff and I'm like having a martini, okay, I might hang out. But I am going to be 10 kinds of pissed by the time they show up. How do you even have, like, dinner or lunch with this person without I mean, how does it go when they show up, dude?
I'm thinking about one specific example where we were going to go to a movie and they were super late to pick me up, so we missed the first half of the movie, and I was just, like, fuming in the car. I just didn't say anything, but I didn't say that I was mad, but I was very obviously pissed, but kind of in, like, a non-productive, passive-aggressive way.
Super passive-aggressive! I taught you nothing! Oh, my God, what a horrible feeling, too.
Yeah.
Like, for both of you, probably.
I know, it's not kind to my friend either to, like, punish her in this, like, roundabout way instead of just being like, dude, I'm pissed that we're fucking late to this movie.
Right. How do you even make plans with this person who's chronically really late to go to a movie that's so time-bound?
Sometimes I like...
Go ahead.
What?
Go ahead.
I was going to say that sometimes I lie and I say that the plans start like an hour before they actually do. But then she's always like more late than I think she's going to be.
Oh my, plus it's so enabling, dude.
Yeah.
You're gonna caretake, I mean, that's super codependent. You're trying to control the outcome and let them still, but I see what you're grappling with. It's like, this is what we always do, right? Like, do I just accept that this person is like this? Am I the asshole that's trying to, like, control the situation or whatever? And I do think what you said initially was really smart, that your litmus test for whether you're wussing out or not on the, to find your courage to say that you're mad is
Mhm.
you still got to say it if it's going to be straight up acceptance, right? Like, you can't just intellectualize and be like, well, that's just how they are, as a way of, like, fake excusing yourself from backing away from the thing that you're afraid of.
Yeah.
So let's do the kind of dumb shrink thing. On a scale of 1 to 5, Olivia, how scared are you to talk to this friend? Isn't that the dumbest thing ever? Have you ever heard me say that before?
I have never heard you say that at all.
Stupid. It's so stupid and arbitrary. But, like, you know, like, we do it on the emotion regulation sheet. It does say 0 to 100. I always skip it when we go over it. But 0 to 100, where are your emotions? Let's name the emotions first. You said mad. What else you got?
I think fear, and sad. It makes me feel sad a little bit when she's late.
Okay. So, let's do the fear thing, because that's what makes people avoid for the most part. Plus, you're afraid of your anger, too. So, like, where is it over 50%?
I think when I think in reality, I know that, like, I have a really great relationship with this friend, and that she would probably hear me out and, like, care if she was doing something that hurt my feelings and made me mad. But then my mind, like, the gremlin builds it up as if she would react to how she would react to stuff in high school, which is not the current reality that we are living in. That was, like, you know, almost 10 years ago at this point.
Okay.
So.
But she's still late.
She's still late, yeah.
So, and it did happen. So it's not completely made up. You want to give her the benefit of the doubt. Of course, we change in 10 years. However, this behavior is still going on. So, and people do get defensive. When they're chronically late, too, they're, like, ready with the excuse, because you're not the only one that's been pissed off by this behavior. They're probably a little ashamed of it, too, so they're at the ready with their defensive comment. So that is a little nerve-wracking, too, when you kind of got to guess that the person is going to be defensive about it.
Mm-hmm.
She's not going to turn on you, though, right? Like, she might be like, well, but she's not going to be like, well, you, right?
I don't think so.
Great. Okay. That's where I'm kind of out. Like, well, you're going to turn, okay, you're defensive.
Yeah.
I'm already tolerating that. But if you're going to turn it back on me, no.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's give the folks their, what is it called? Like a dog and pony show? So we do interpersonal effectiveness skills. That's the 4th module that I teach in the DBT-based Get Real program that I teach. So describe, express, assert, and reinforce is the formula for how to go into an interpersonal interaction that has some conflict and ask or say no. So will you do this with me, Olivia?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Which, by the way, Olivia is a total pro at this who's had years of experience. So I'm not going to put somebody, a first-timer, on the spot like this, but it's such a great way to demonstrate the DEAR skills for people, and you can use them, like, tomorrow. So, D, describe. You're just doing the facts of what's happening. You don't have opinion in this yet. So, what's your D here, Olivia?
It'd probably be like, when you're late to meet up with me, or you are often late when we have plans.
That second one, that's it.
Yeah.
You're late a lot. Yeah, because you're going into the E, the expressing opinions and feelings. You know, when you're late, it makes me feel that's the E.
Mm-hmm.
So your D and E then, you're late a lot, and what do you think and or feel?
It makes me feel angry. It makes me think that you don't value my time.
Beautiful. Yes. We're always looking for the direct, shortest route to this. Potent and concise. That's what we're always after. When we're nervous about interpersonal conflict, we say too much. We have word vomit because of the fear. Okay, that's a great D and E. So now the assert, the A, is the actual ask or say no. Is this an ask or say no, Olivia?
It's an ask.
Okay. Lay it on me.
And the ask is, please show up on time.
Awesome! Oh my God! Even a pro says too much in this. That was awesome. I didn't think that was going to be as punchy as you did it. Nice work.
Yeah.
Does it make you nervous to think about saying that to your friend? Please show up on time.
It doesn't. It's not that harsh either, especially because you're saying please show up on. It's
I agree.
It's a pretty simple request. I don't think it makes me that nervous. When I was thinking about it as you were talking, my gremlin was please try harder to be on time more, which is, I hate that try harder thing, because it's you can just do it. You can make a choice.
Yeah. The potency of your ask just goes down, down, down with more words usually. And please try, just ask your ask. Can you is different than will you please. Always want it in the most potent, direct, concise way. Wonderful. So the reinforce is basically thanking people, assuming that they're going to do the thing that you're going to do. It's a grease the wheels thing. You're thanking them before they've even done it. The other option is that you are describing the consequences, both positive or negative, to getting your ask taken seriously. So which route are you going to go with the reinforce then, Olivia?
I think I'm going to go positive reinforce.
Great. Go ahead.
I think I'll enjoy our time together a lot more when you're able to do that.
Totally. Yep. So you've got the DEAR there, folks, and that was a beaut. So thank you, Olivia. I would love to hear, when are you going to see this friend next?
I think I'm going to see her next week.
Okay.
So I will do it then.
I want to hear how it goes, either here or on our coaching call. But yeah. And pay attention too to how you feel going into it. Because you've practiced now, you've done a little bit of exposure to your own nervousness around delivering it, but I bet there still will be some nervousness on board as you're walking up or driving. You'll have an hour to process it probably.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then watch the arc of the anger too, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then how that anger sort of takes away the nervousness. It takes it over, and then you're I'm not nervous at all. I am going to give her a piece of my mind. That kind of thing. And then regulate that till you get back to the nervous. Because any asshole can confront somebody with the fuel of anger. I like to teach people to say it while you're still scared. So you haven't waited too long, and now you're using the anger as fuel. Because you get more courage points for confronting somebody when you're nervous. And what I mean by courage points is it just builds self-esteem because you know you were brave. So, good luck to you, dude.
Thank you. Thanks for the advice.
Yes. Yeah, you're welcome. And thank you so much for calling in with that one. That is a lovely way to start this podcast. Oh, I love it. There were so many skills in there, too. Yes. Thank you, Olivia, rock star of UnorthoDocs, Inc. All right, and I will see you later on the coaching call.
I'll see you later. Bye.
Okay. Bye, kiddo. So, Christy, I do think considering the time and how many skills we just went through, maybe that might be the wrap-up for today.
Well, you do have a
What do
couple
you
other
think?
people holding if you want to talk to one more. You got 5 minutes.
Okay. Oh, God, that took so long. Okay, so let's make it quick because I want to be useful to you without cutting you off, and it does cut us off at 30 minutes. So,
All right. Area code
one more.
925, you're on the air.
Hi.
Is that me?
Yes, it's you. Who are you?
Hi, this is Erica.
Oh, hi, Erica. Another time.
Hi.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
guys.
sure.
So it's going to cut us off, so let's get right into it.
Okay, so I talked about this on Sunday a little bit at our support group, but my sister is moving away at the end of July, and I'm trying to be mindful of when my the grief and sadness and also excitement and joy and pride for my sister comes up, and
Sure.
not get stuck in it, and not let that bleed over into my job, my other relationships, but allow myself that space to feel it when it comes up, because I love my sister so much.
I know you
and
do.
I'm so excited for her, and I'm also gonna miss her so much because this is the first time we're gonna be really far away from each other for a long extended period of time in our entire lives.
Where is she moving to?
She's moving to Baltimore. She's going to Johns Hopkins for her doctorate.
Oh my gosh, that is so amazing.
Right.
Okay, so this is not, I know you, and I do think this might be the same thing that I would say to someone I don't know. That's hard to suss out, but what we do in DBT is we validate before we problem solve. We validate the emotions, not the or impulsive actions and behaviors. Only the emotions before we problem solve. So a lot of times people try to avoid their negative. I don't know that they're negative, but the uncomfortable emotions, sadness, anger, fear. They try to avoid those with putting a bow on it real quickly. I'm really proud of her and I'm really excited for her. And then skip through the grieving. I think you're going to have to sit with the grieving and your sadness about it. You don't have to do it with her. You do it with you. Right. You don't have to show up with a fake plastered smile on with her, oh my God, we only have this much time left. I don't want to waste it being sad. Fuck all that. You are sad. That's real. And the last thing I'll say before we we get cut off here is plan a vacation there now.
Okay.
That will help because it's not like you're never going to see her again, but, it's going to be a big chunk of time. So maybe together you can plan something. You just buy tickets, plane tickets. You don't have to do don't overwhelm her. She's moving, whatever. So just plan a trip together. And we will talk about that more on the coaching call. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks, Erica.
Thank you. Bye.
And thank you, everybody, for joining us at the very first Punk Rock Doc Live. If you want to talk to me more, I do free consults, and that's at drjjkelly.com. Everything, the Punk Rock Doc 1 on TikTok, Dr. Kelly on Instagram. I'm everywhere now. You can't get away from me. The books are online. Go to the website. Whatever you want is there.